Breaking news in Upland, we are getting updates on a one single engine plane that crashed into a home. That's the image that you're looking at right now. That crash caused a fire, and more than a dozen firefighters have been working on putting that out. This happened around 11 o'clock this morning. It's unclear what happened to the pilot that was on that plane or how many people were on that plane. But as far as who was in that house, authorities say a father and a child were in the home, but they were not injured. There are no other reports of injuries right now. We've got CBS NLA's Michelle Gili, who's on the scene with updates. Michelle?
Very, very close call for the family who lives inside of this home here in Upland. The authorities just had a news conference, and they indicated that although no bodies have been found inside of the wreckage, the pilot is presumed dead in this awful situation here on Overland Court. Now, Gerald lives directly across the street. He saw the whole thing happen. And I want you to explain to me what was going on. You heard a noise. Was that the initial
Yes.
clue that something was going on?
Initially, yeah, I was getting up to get in the shower. I heard a large scrape as if something was scraping against the cement, and then an immediate boom. I ran into the backyard here where I'm staying with friends. Thought maybe it was a plane, but in our backyard. In fact, it was flames over the top of the roof across the street. Ran out immediately across the street, started my video, and ran to look for survivors or try to get people out of the house. Me and the gentleman that lives across the street in the house adjacent to the crash. We're going around banging on windows, knocking on doors. There was a little dog back there, Rosie, the Chihuahua, needed to be rescued. We got her out of there.
Now, there's a family who lives in that home?
In the home that got hit, yes.
And where were they?
The father and the child, an infant child, got out. I saw him running across the street as we were running towards the house to look for anyone else that might be, in harm.
And then his wife, and there's a grandma, apparently?
From what I've heard, but they're not on site, from what I understand.
Horrifying for you guys here in the neighborhood. Have you been concerned? The airport's about a mile away.
Well, as I said, I'm visiting, staying at Airbnb here with Monica and Dan. Planes do fly over. There's one flying over now. You can hear it. You can reach up and look at the wheels. They said there is some concern. I think everybody has concern about being in the path, but that's why I ran to the backyard.
All right, well, thank you very much. And we do have some video of yours that we'll be showing at some point. I can also tell you that there is a witness who we spoke to on the phone, and he tells me that he was driving in the area when this plane was flying overhead, and he said he immediately noticed, this is a pilot in training, he said that he immediately noticed that the plane above him was flying too low. Then it took a very, very sharp turn and appeared to stall. He has familiarity with the aircraft. It's a single engine plane, and he said that it does have a parachute attached to it in the case of some sort of emergency landing that is necessary, and he did not see the parachute deployed. Apparently somewhere here in the neighborhood, the remnants of that parachute have been seen in a tree. I walked by part of the crime scene area right adjacent to Overland Court, and there was police tape around an object that someone described as a piece of a parachute. So it doesn't appear that that parachute did deploy. Again, the law enforcement here had a news conference a short time ago and said that while the coroner has not confirmed any deaths, the pilot of this plane has not been seen and is presumed dead. That's the latest here in Upland. I'm going to toss it back to you.